Hey, welcome from the Fish God. I've got a video today for you that'll go into the Stupid Simple series. This is a shelf liner ant. And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like. We'd love to have feedback from our fellow fly anglers. The Stupid Simple series is something that I came up with for flies that have one or two or three materials, and that's it. They're just so simple that you can't believe it. Today, this shelf liner ant is literally using a shelf liner. I got this one. This is Select Grip. It's called Easy Liner. I got this entire 12-inch by 10-foot roll of shelf liner. This will make you 8 billion ants. And what it is, it's just the shelf liner. This is the stuff you'd put to line your drawers, do whatever you're doing. It comes in sheets. You trim off a chunk of it like this, okay? And you'll have lots of ants out of a piece. Then you'll trim off a strip of it, and the strip will come, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm going to do. When you have one strip, you'll see there's the end. What you do is you pinch right here and pull off that end. And it leaves you two little antennas. So I'm going to grab two down and pinch. And look, now I've got an ant, basically. I've got two antennas on one side and two antennas on the other, and all I have to do is latch that down. So we're gonna do that. The other material we're using came from the craft store. It's called Bonnie Braid. This stuff used to be it's macrame cord. If you ever had macrame planters or macrame lamps or any of that, this is what you would use for that macrame. And what you do is you separate the fibers. This comes in tons of colors, and I use it for a lot of the material that this is a great wing material. If you use this is a dollar store brush, a pet brush, and you can see it's got the metal bristles. You can brush that out, and it's basically EP fibers. I mean, you come back down to it and you go, okay, well, that's basically EP fibers or a wing. That's going to be our wing material for this fly. So without any further hesitation, let's get into it. All I'm going to do is start some thread and lay down a little base. I've got 8/0 Veevus thread. I'm going to lay down a little base here. Stop right in the middle of the hook. Good place for it. Get my scissors on my fingers. There we go. And what we're going to do, this is so simple that it hurts. We're going to take this ant body, we're going to line it up here, and just basically, if you notice, I've got this kind of angled to my side, and when I put the thread over it, the thread tension turns it. So it'll turn it just enough to where now you've got an ant. Like that. So get that good and tight. You might do a couple wraps in front, a couple wraps in back. That's up to you, how secure you feel with it. You can also use a little dab of super glue if that tickles your fancy. But right now, there's your ant. And if you look at that, it's a pretty good ant, isn't it? That's pretty simple. Now you could fish it just like this, but what fun would that be? you know, anything worth being simple, you can complicate a little bit. So I'm going to complicate it. I'm going to take some of that wing, and I just basically pulled out one of the deals. I'm going to take a little bit of that wing material and slide it down here. I'm going to lash that down, and I'm going to do a soft wrap. I can get this on the other side. There we go. Do a soft wrap here and lash that down on one side. And then I'm going to leave a little ball. Okay. And you can do this by just, you know, I've got my scissors always in my hand when I'm tying. But I'm going to just basically kind of give it a little pull here and then pinch it down to where there's a little tuft there. That's so it doesn't pull out. Okay, and then another little soft wrap. Okay, so if you look, I've left a little tuft on top. You can straighten that if you want. Whatever. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference. Once you got it on there, you got it on there. Okay. And now I've got a little divided wing. So all I'm going to do is strip up the fibers I don't want. I'm going to trim that wing here. And I've got a little wing, little cider wing. And you know, if you're really getting fancy, you know, you can do more than this. We're just going to whip finish this. I'm going to show you one other deal. If you're having trouble seeing white, like you've got foam, that's one of the hard parts of black and white, is when you have foam bubbles. What color are the foam bubbles? Yes, they're white. So you have trouble seeing it. So if you're fishing a little foam pocket, you're doing something like that, you have trouble seeing it because it's black and white. Black's not going to show up, white's not going to show up. So what you do in that case, and a lot of people don't think about this, but it's really not a big deal to use a magic marker. And you can get those in fluorescent colors. I have what's called a neon Sharpie. This one is a Sharpie marker. And I believe this one says neon on it. If you can barely read it in the orange, neon. And all I'm going to do is touch that little deal right on the front there. Just like that. And that thing will be visible for a long distance. If you don't believe me, when you hit it with a UV light, see how it glows? It'll literally glow everything. But a little neon Sharpie, fish won't see it. All they're going to see is the underside of this fly, which is pretty nice, don't you think? Doesn't that look like an ant to you? Is that stupid simple or what? Again, this is Bill Frangos. I'm the fish god. I love bringing you these videos, and I love hearing from you. So if you have any suggestions on future videos, want to make a comment, good, bad, otherwise, want to give me some abuse, I'll take it. I listen, and I'm happy to share the knowledge that I have. I've been doing this for more years than I want to admit to. When you've got that much experience, you want to pass it on, and that's what I'm trying to do with these videos, is pass on some of that knowledge. This fly is responsible for some amazingly fun fish. It's great for little ponds. It's worked incredible on tailwaters. The fact is, I taught this to a Project Healing Waters group in Albuquerque probably 7-8 years ago, and one of the participants used it the very weekend that I taught it, and caught a 26-inch rainbow on it on his first cast. So he had seen the situation I had told him to look for, which was fish that were almost imperceptibly rising close to the bank at a particular time of year, and he made his cast. It was perfect. Fish sipped it in. I said, "Were you the hero for the rest of the day?" He said, "Oh yeah." So again, give this shelf liner ant some use. Give me a holler if you like it, and we will talk with you later. Thanks again. Bye-bye.